He called her the golden wife. Look where it landed him. The day he called her the golden wife, everybody applauded for him. They said he has finally found perfection. They said he has finally upgraded to his level. They said he had left everything behind that was holding him. But what nobody knew was that the same title he used to praise her would later become the same reason he could not sleep at night. Sometimes what shines the brightest in public hides the deepest cracks. And by the time he understood that, the damage had already been done. Time wasn't reversible. He couldn't take back what he had chosen. There is someone listening to this who needs to hear me. Not every door that looks expensive leads to peace. Not every person who impresses a crowd can build a home. Not every relationship that makes people jealous is blessed. So I want you to listen very well. He met a woman who seemed to have everything he ever wanted. She was beautiful, she was outspoken, she knew how to dress, she knew how to make people admire her. Whenever they entered a room together, people would turn their heads and their eyes fixed on her. His friends congratulated him, his family praised him, even strangers treated them like the perfect couple. Slowly, he became addicted to the attention. He stopped asking important questions. He stopped looking at the character. He stopped looking at values. He stopped looking at the things that truly mattered when cameras are off and the visitors have gone home. All he could see was the image. Standing proudly in front of everyone, he called her the golden wife. The crowd smiled. People applauded very loud. But peace remained silent. The first sign appeared quietly. Arguments started over small things. Simple conversation became battle. Every disagreement became a competition. Instead of solving problems together, they spent their time proving who was right and who was wrong. At first, he ignored it. He thought it was just women doing their thing or a woman doing her thing. After every marriage, after all, every marriage has its own challenges. That is what he told himself. But deep down inside, he knew something was wrong. He knew something was not right. The woman he had admired from a distance was very different behind closed doors. She wanted admiration but not responsibility. She wanted attention but not sacrifice. She wanted rewards of marriage without the work of building one, without the work of building that home. The home slowly became a stage. Everything was about appearance. Everything was about people who was about what people would think. Everything was about maintaining the image of perfection. Meanwhile, the foundation beneath was cracking. One evening, he sat alone in his car long after arriving home, not because he was busy, not because he had nowhere to go, but because the house no longer felt like a place to rest. The house never felt like home. You know, there's a difference between a house and a home. The place he had called a blessing was becoming a burden. And after, and for the first time, he began questioning decisions that brought him where he is. Then something happened that changed him. One day, he overheard a conversation, not a loud argument, not a dramatic confession, just a simple conversation. In that conversation, he realized something shocking. The woman he had built his future around and cared more about being admired than being committed. The image mattered more than the relationship. The praise mattered more than the partnership. Suddenly, many things started making sense. The endless competition, the constant need for validation, the lack of genuine concern whenever he struggled. He began seeing things he had ignored before when the signs were showing. The warning signs had always been there. He simply refused to see it because if he, if he had seen it, he wouldn't have been where he is. He loved the idea of what people thought he had more than the reality of what he actually had. And the realization hit him hard, very hard, harder than any argument. Today, there are people living exactly like this. They are trapped inside relationship that looked perfect online. Everyone envies them. Everyone celebrates them. Everyone believes they are living a dream. But behind the smiles in exhaustion, behind the picture is loneliness. Behind the applause is regret. Behind the smile is exhaustion. That is why wisdom is more valuable than appearance. Character is more valuable than popularity. Peace is more valuable than public approval. A relationship is not successful because people admire it. A relationship is successful because the people inside it are growing together. The man eventually learned what many people learned too late. The person who helps you sleep peacefully is worth more than the person who helps you impress strangers. The person who stands beside you during storm is worth more than the person who only shines during sunny days. And the greatest mistake anyone can make is confusing appearance with substance. Because because gold paint can cover a wall, but it can never repair the foundation. It can never repair a broken foundation. So if this story speaks directly to you, remember this. Do not chase what looks valuable. Chase what looks true. Chase what you know it is true. Because some people spend years protecting an image while their happiness quietly disappears. And by the time the truth becomes impossible to ignore, they are left asking one painful question: was it ever gold at all? Thank you so much for watching. And if this is your first time of coming across my channel, please subscribe, click on the notification button, like and share. Love you so much, and see you in my next episode.